Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another SVU live stream. I'm Coach Kev. We're going to be jumping in here in just a second, getting it pulled up. We will be League of Legends here tonight, and it's a good one. It's a doozy. It is Nationals. So, National Finals here today. See what the Knights can do. If you've been following throughout the season, the Knights have had a lot of success. We'll see if that continues here tonight. Let's go over, see what the picks are looking like. So, game one, this is a best of 5. Game one, we are on the red side for game one. So we're on the right side of your screen here. It's going to be the Malphite, the Xin Zhao, Vladimir, Jin, and Vel'Koz. So, the Knights looking to team fight. They got a little bit of poke. OCU got the Amumu Seraphine. Very good team fighting duo. And they got the Jinx for cleanup, Thresh for those picks, and the Urgot cleanup as well. So we're streaming tonight also on the YouTube. So first time we're streaming on YouTube. Hopefully that's working. If that's working, then I'm a happy person. So let's see what happens. We'll be jumping in here in just a minute. So we'll be right back right when we get into the game. Be ready for this game one. It's going to be explosive. Be right back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. The league client's giving me some issues, but we're going to be getting in here in just a second. I don't know why it's giving me issues. Alright, let's see if this works. Hopefully you guys can see this and hear it and everything. But here we go. Game number 1. No kills as of just yet. The Knights farming. It's been laggy. The client is very laggy right now. But we'll see how the Knights are doing. Up a little bit in gold here to start things out, which is good. Good sign. Gold lead. You got big CS lead bot, 30 to 15, but you got the call there on the Jinx. So look at that. Look, see how it's freezing? I'm getting trolled. So I'll be fixing that. We got a long series, ladies and gentlemen. So sit back, relax. Best of 5 here. The finals will not disappoint. So make sure we're gonna miss that W, but we're gonna do a good trade there. Cool man right on that pickaxe. Doing a lot here. You know, I'll go over some more details once I am satisfied with the lagginess, which I'm not at the moment. So I'll just let you guys kind of watch. And I'll try to get that sorted out. But it seems to be looking okay. But Knight's going to be doing this dragon here. Here come the attack. The Amumu's level 5, though, so it's not that scary. Vlad's got the first rotate. The smite will go to Yagubian, and here come the kills, possibly. First blood still open. Amumu getting dangerously low. The flash in from Sapphire and Yagubian, but now running back towards the Seraphine. The Knight's getting low. The Yagubian will die to the Seraphine, but a cleanup kill. That's 2 gold to the Seraphine, 1 to the Jhin, and 1 to Yagubian. So the Knights get the dragon and 2 kills, but 2 kills are reciprocated there by OCU. So still a pretty even game. A lot of buttons used by both sides. That Amumu not level 6, very nice for the Knights. Neither was Yagubian, but, you know, Xin Zhao, very potent early. Doesn't quite need that level 6 in the same way that Amumu does. Let me see if I can do something here to fix this. Guys, very annoying. So, this is SVU versus OCU, finals of nationals. You know, these guys have been playing out of their minds. The Knights had a fantastic run in LoL, and now in NECC as well. All right, here we go. Here we go. My intern letting me down right now with the stream, but gonna try to I'd yell at him a little bit, get him working. So we'll see if that looks a little bit less laggy. All right, so let's go over the lineup here for the Knights. In the top lane, you got Soa Lion. On the Malphite going to be a tank. Going to be looking for those big engages. Jungle, you got Yagubian on that Xin Zhao. We've seen that so many times. On the Xin Zhao there in mid, or in jungle. In mid, you got the Vladimir there for Sapphire. And the bot lane is going to be the Jhin Vel'Koz. So it's going to be nice to see. There's the Thresh on the engage onto Skippy. He is tanking tower. So the heal will come out. He tanked like 25 tower shots. Is that tank Vel'Koz? I'm not sure how he did that. Cool Man Ray has the ulti. Here comes the snipey. 1. Can he get 2? Why did my camera go up here? My cameraman doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks that we want to watch an Urgot fight, but maybe we do. Here we go. They're going to go in on Amumu there. Here comes the flash E from the Urgot. The ult coming out from Yagubian. Yagubian getting super low. Will get chomped up, and the fear will go through. So this is a fight the Knights might not want. They're going to back up now. Looks like the Vladimir still wants to go in on the Urgot. Skippy going to get executed a little bit faster than recalling. So, yeah, I mean, the Knights looking good so far. A little bit of a gold lead there. Able to contest the grubs, not give those over. And with the kills bot lane, 2-0 there for the Jhin. Cool Man Ray building quite he's building lethality. He's going to build that collector and then build a little bit. It's going to be a little bit hard for him to get through all the shields and tankiness here showing up from OCU, but, you know, we'll see what happens. So it's still a little bit laggy, but we'll have to deal with it here in game 1. I'll try to get it fixed for game 2. Who knows? It's always something. Might be streaming to both platforms maybe, because it wasn't laggy earlier. But so it could always be the league client. You know, we are reliant on Riot and their ability to keep their client functioning, which is questionable at best. So the Knights with a 1,000 gold lead. You're going to see that if you follow my finger here, up here at the top. 16 to 15. The Knights with a 1,000 gold lead. Going to be good. So this is a best of 5, like I said. So first to 3 wins will take the championship, take national title, and be on their way. So it'll be the last series of the season for both teams. You got 2 seniors here. The bot lane for the Knights, both seniors. Coolman Reagan skipping their last season. Kava's on the bench, also a senior here. So next season will look totally different here. See if these guys can go off on a win with a national championship to their name. Looking so far good in game 1, but things can turn rather quickly, and especially with the AoE, you're coming out with the Seraphina Mumu. That Jinx is going to get strong. And do the Knights have the damage to deal with the Jinx with the Seraphine later on? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So they're going to be starting up this dragon. That dragon stacking going to be nice for this squad. Sapphire going to get comboed here. Not going to be able to press W. You got a W. That Seraphine has a humongous animation, but extremely greedy with our buttons there. That could have been a 2v2. The Knights won, but Sapphire a little slow to press W. Will cost him. Yagubian might go down as well. Going to try to take the 1v1 versus the Amumu, but Seraphine there to back him up. Going to have to flash E out. So mistake there from Sapphire. A little bit slow on the buttons, but the bot lane looking dominant here for the Knights. 2-0 still for Cool Man Ray, but look at the health bars of the enemy bot lane. They're getting pushed back to the fountain. They got to go back and heal up. So things looking good here so far, but nothing to be happy about just yet. Obviously a lot of scaling here for OCU with that Jinx Seraphine. They're going to become quite the death ball. The Knights could spread out the map a little bit with the Vlad, but Urgot makes that a little bit annoying, so we'll see what ends up happening. The Okaz can be a problem for the death ball, though. A lot of AoE coming from a support. We'll see if that ends up being the case, or will the Knights get womboed into oblivion? So the Knights on 2 dragons. If you get 4 dragons, you have the soul. So that's a ticking clock. Every 5 minutes, there'll be a dragon. The Knights get those. They'll be in good position. What the heck is the soul? I'm not sure what the soul is. Where's my objectives thing? Come on, client. Every time I move the mouse, you just die. So mountain soul. Oh, Lord. We cannot let them get the mountain soul. Okay? That is not good. So, hopefully we'll get the Mountain Soul. It looks like we will. We got to go for a dive down here. This is actually great. If the Knights can pull it off. Gubian going to go in on the Jinx, going to corral them a little bit. Doesn't need to go too crazy, but will get free kills as they come. Sapphire, though, playing on the wrong side of the map. Going to have to use some summoners to get out of that situation. Will flash out of the Amumu and dodge the Q. There's the Sapphire we know. That's what we wanted to see. A little bit of survivability there in the mid lane on the counter gank from Amumu, and the Knights will grab first turret, 2 kills bot lane, and take over the map. So Knights with a almost 3K gold lead. That's huge. Going into this dragon in 2 minutes. Should be their dragon to take. Mumu's going to trade red buffs here. If Gubian can spot that out and see that coming, should be able to grab their red buff. But Thresh is roaming, and with no laners, no mid lane, no bot lane, that he could get collapsed on with no flash. So we'll see what ends up happening. Looks like Thresh going to stop for a ward. So he's probably going to run into Thresh, but should be fine. The Knights going to go mid with their bot lane. And everything will be hunky-dory here for the Knights. Still got a lot of game to play, though, so we'll see how things look. All right, so 3v2 here in the mid. So Vladimir going to get free push on bot. So if the Knights can keep them a little occupied up here, looks like they're going to go for the Herald. So Herald's going to get started up. The Knights already have feats, and now the Knights working on a tier 2. This could be huge. Xin Zhao could come down here, or maybe even bring the Vel'Koz down to help out with that tier 2. Take over the south side jungle right before this dragon spawns in 45 seconds. They're going to trade that for the Herald. But could work out for the Knights, especially if they get the tier 2. That's so much gold coming in on that tier 2 turret. So we'll see if that ends up happening, or what ends up being the case. 30 seconds on that dragon. It's the Knight's dragon to take with this gold lead. Not going to be able to get that turret. I think could have gotten it, but playing a little bit safe there, which I'm fine with. Right before the dragon, you don't want to go down. So Malphite going to be just a huge rock. That's his job. That's his lore. He's going to taunt a little bit. That's the Soa Lion special there, playing on that weak side up top. So we'll see. Look at that CS lead though in the bot lane in the 80 carry roll. Jhin 158 to 89 of the Jinx. That's really what you want to see if you're a Knight fan, which I'm assuming most of you are. Amumu going to show up. Xin Zhao going in. They're going to try to burst down the Amumu. Amumu will ult, but he will be shot down by the sniper himself. Cool Man Ray takes him down. Knights looking fantastic here in game 1. Up. What is that? 3K. I'm not a math major, nor am I doing any type of school whatsoever, so I'm not a major of any kind. Dragon getting started up. Third dragon for the nicest. Puts the clock on. Oh! Okay. Jinx can be scary. Can execute those things. But the Xin Zhao will grab it. The Knights will be at 3 dragons. 5 minutes till that soul dragon. And this is the clock the Knights needed here in this game. Can they keep the pedal to the metal? Will they force too hard before this next dragon? This is the great trap, right? You force too hard before the next dragon, and then you give some gold back. Then they can contest the soul fight. You got to just chill for the next 5 minutes. I know you feel like you're ahead, and you are, but they still have that Herald that they need to use, OCU, and you got to play smart here for the next few minutes until that dragon is spawned. So will the Knights have that discipline? Your guess is as good as mine. I've been begging for it all year. Sometimes we see it, sometimes we don't. Who knows, but we'll see. Gubian coming up here, going to find a control ward. So they'll know that Xin Zhao's top side. Gubian just going to town. No reason to go for the Urgot. He is scary. Seraphine has 3 kills as well, but it's a Seraphine. Yeah, it's scary having 3 kills, but we'll see if that ends up paying off. It could be very annoying if the Knights throw a fight. So things looking good right now for the Knights, but this isn't guaranteed success. Here we go. Amumu behind. He has 2 charges on his Q. If you haven't played in 15 years, you wouldn't know that. Cool Man Ray is going to do some kind of weird flash, but we'll get over the wall. So we'll survive. They will get the Amumu ult. They will survive, and they'll keep the siege on mid going. Oh, look at the geometry. Skippy, you know, you got a 4.0 in geometry, I'm sure. Look at the calculations coming out. They will grab that mid turret. So will I. I mean, I don't know why my cameraman always watches up here. This is nothing important happening. Only bad news can come up there. Okay, so there's only bad news. Best case scenario, nothing happening. So if the camera's up there, then it's not good. It's not good. Okay, so all right, so we're taking over the south side jungle. Dragon in 240. Knight's gonna try to take. Why are we looking up here? Come on. Let's see the siege of the tier 2. There we go. Sapphire will take it. We've taken over the south jungle. Cool Man Ray is gonna open up with the Jin ult. I can't see anything because the client is lagging out of my mind. What is this, cameraman? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Come on. What am I looking at here? I'm not seeing anything. I got TP going bot. They're going on to Vlad, who's like in their Nexus. How did this happen? They're going to go for the Urgot. Yagubian getting dangerously low. Going to get sucked up into the grinder, and Sapphire going to die as well. We're taking tower shots from their Nexus turrets. Have we lost our mind? The cameraman didn't even know what was going on. We're looking at a rock. Meanwhile, that guy's flashing, going to try to interrupt the back, and he will interrupt that back. We're backing on Vision. Amumu over the wall. He'll come in. And the Knights have lost their minds completely. And this is exactly what I was talking about. It's a minute 45 to the Dragon. We just can't be happy with the tier 2 bot and reset and keep control. We got to push it when we all die. Not good. Not good. So the Knights lose their minds, give away some kills. Still in the lead. Still should be able to get this Dragon Soul. And we'll see what ends up happening. So, tier 1 going to go down. Control going to be lost a little bit in the river here. Sapphire looking to get some damage off. You're seeing that objective. That's the Otacon. I don't think either side's going to go for that. All right, this is the big fight. The Knights lost a little bit of tempo there. Didn't get much done with their lives. Didn't get any spells. He's going to go in. Amumu's probably going to ult this. He will ult the Skippy. So that's going to be Skippy going down. Not going to flash. Probably should have after the ult came off. But the Knights still did a lot of damage, looking to fight back. I think they could. Here comes Seraphine, though. Can they get anything done? They're looking to fight a 4v5 here. They like their odds, but I don't know if I do. Here comes the big ult from Seraphine. Going to hit 4, and the Knights are getting womboed. That's what we were worried about. But Sapphire going crazy with the Malphite. It's Sapphire and Yagubian, the only ones left. Do they do enough damage? I'm not sure. Yagubian getting low. Going to go down. Sapphire killing them all, though. They're still alive. It's Yagubian. It's Sapphire. They're still alive somehow. They killed the whole team except for the Seraphine, and that should be sold for the Knights. Somehow Yagubian stayed alive. It was a miracle. And the Knights somehow make that fight happen after making it look interesting. I don't think fighting a 4v5 was ideal, but obviously they were able to get it done for the most part and start up this Dragon. I think this Dragon will be theirs, and that should be the soul. So Sapphire not going to be able to get that kill, but will be able to get the turret. So the Knights turn that fight around. Yagubian and Sapphire and Soa Lion going in after the initial wombo was looking awful. So we'll see what that ends up being. All right, so Knights with the soul, with a gold lead. So Knight's in a really good spot here, but a little bit of nerves there, I think. Or I could blame it on that. It's been an ongoing issue with the lack of patience, but still in a good spot here in game number 1. And, you know, we'll see what the Knights can do moving forward in this game. Can they close this out? They have the soul, so you got that Elder Dragon coming up in 5 minutes. Baron's going to be on the table here in a minute 30. Sapphire getting ganked. Going to have to ghost here. Really should be throwing it early. But actually going to try to turn this. I guess there's no damage here. It's just Thresh and Seraphine. So Sapphire not too worried about it. Will Ghost in the end. Like, thinking about Otacon maybe? Probably not. Here comes the Urgot mid for Cool Man Ray. Cool Man Ray has flash. Would like to not use it and won't have to. Good peel out from Skippy. OCU looking desperate, looking for a fight here, looking to use their buttons. Knight's not giving them anything right now, and that's good. Malphite is here, though, if they want to do something, but no Baron on the table for 45 seconds means there's no reason to really fight. They could maybe find a kill here, but it's not going to do too much in the grand scheme of things, so you don't want to use too many resources. They are going to use the Cool Man Ray Sniper ult. I don't think that's going to do anything. So they will start up the Otacon. So the Knight's looking at the Otacon. It'll be a little bit hard to kill it. Take a while, but with the map control, they will get it. So this is a new patch. If you haven't watched or you haven't been playing League, the patches, there's only one Otacon now. Okay, we're going to go for a little combo here on the Amumu. Should be pretty free. Jinx ult will hit the Malphite, not even do 1% to his shield. Urgot looking to try to steal it, but we have the Smite. Knights might look to fight afterward. They're going to ult onto the Urgot. I don't know if this is a fight we really want. Big Amumu ult, but he's got no follow-up, and he's dangerously low. So they should be able to kill him. They will, but the Grinder goes in and grabs Sapphire. No, the Knights need to back up. They lost their mid laner, and this is the fight the Knights don't want. They're falling one by one. I don't know why they took it. Here comes maybe a big turn. So Alliant only getting the one-man ult. The Knights getting baited in, fighting a fight that doesn't need to be fought. You had the Otacon. You can reset, get your items, get your resources, and come back for that dragon, but they're getting bored or getting desperate to make a play. Maybe the nerves of the finals is catching up to them, but not a good fight there for the Knights. They go 1 for 3, and the Amumu was at 5 health. So, I mean, we could have killed him with a sneeze, but they get it done. Throw the fight a little bit, but still have the gold lead, still have that soul. We'll see if they can show up to this dragon or this Baron. We'll see what the Knights decide to do. They do have tempo over the game. They have all the wards set up in the south side, so we'll see what decisions they end to make. So I think I'm going to switch it over to Twitch here, take it off the YouTube after this game, because it's so laggy that my eyes are burning and I can't even. This is unwatchable. So I'm going to switch it over just to Twitch. So if you're on the YouTube, go to twitch.tv/SVU Knights, and we'll be running the stream from that after this game. So game 2 onward, we'll be running it on the Twitch. So make sure you switch over. You can do that now, or you can do it at the end of the game. But I'll be starting it back up there on the Twitch, just because this, yeah, it's not running well. And the only variable is that it's that we're doing it on YouTube. So. All right, so no big, no one has a, oh, here comes an attack. Good E out from Skippy. Here comes the kite. Here comes the peel. The Knight's looking for a fight here. Baron is an option, so kills do matter. Vlad on the far side. They could isolate the Urgot here. It didn't look like that worked last time. The W will land. The Knight's trying to get some poke. They're going to throw the ultimate, but Urgot's not going to take any damage. So 7-1 Urgot. Very scary. Knights are going to have to play around that. The Knight's looking a little bit scared there in that fight, and this could start to change a little bit here with those last few fights. The Knight's starting to not do as much damage as they were earlier. The catch-up here for OCU is looking good. The Knights need a good team fight. Yagubian starting on the Urgot, though. That's a lot of damage coming out from Yagubian. Does he have any help? That's a flash in from the Amumu. Do we have anything? The Urgot ult goes wide. Can they get the stun? Yes, they will. They need a Malphite ult that. Malphite doesn't ult it. The Knights are backing up. They should be going. That's the Fed guy, but they're waiting for Sapphire. They don't want to commit. I think they should have, but they don't want to. They're going to play maybe up towards the Baron, and the Knights scared to pull the trigger there after the one in bot side went so badly. I think this one was a little bit better, and we don't want to see the Knights being too scared at these trigger pulls. They will grab that mid turret, but they live to fight another day here, and we'll see if they can grab this dragon up in 20 seconds. We don't want this game to go too much further with the Knights team comp into this enemy team comp. If the Knights have one detrimental fight, this Jinx gets to some kills, she gets online, it's going to look really bad. So we'll see if the Knights can play this well. Great vision control. And here comes the attacker. 2-man ult coming in quick. And Seraphine dies right off the bat. And Thresh is quick to follow. Now the Knights have Elder. They have Baron. Everything at their disposal. Can they get these objectives down in time? Can they get a push on the base? It looks like OCU going to try to trade the Baron for the Elder. But I think that's a losing mentality. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. And yeah, they're not going to try for it. They're going to try to go for the cheese. This is a much better idea. They're going to look for Cool Man Ray. But look at the spacing from the Cool Man Ray. He had the Spidey senses. Let his Malphite check it out first. And so the Knights will grab this Elder and maybe look towards the Baron or look towards a team fight. Elder is going to give you an execute. It's going to give you really, really good team fight power. You've seen that white bar when they hit him with a spell. That means he'll execute when he gets low enough. So the Knights have huge team fight power now with that Elder Dragon buff and now getting the Baron buff. And then it looks like they're going to try to siege and put this game to bed. So like I said, after this game, I'm going to switch it over to the Twitch. So if you're on the Twitch, it's going to cut out probably for a second, and then I'll be right back up. So you're going to have to rejoin then. But if you're on the YouTube, switch over to the Twitch, twitch.tv/SVU Knights. Here comes a kill coming in. Going to grab the Amumu. And that was a Vel'Koz that was alone, so a little bit risky there, but finding the kill. Urgot going to E the tower. I don't know if that works like that. Not going to be able to get it. The Knights with everything they want. They have the Baron. They have the Elder. They're going to push down mid. So let's see if they can make it happen. Hook gonna go wide. The Knights strong. They got that Mountain Soul shield. Flash in. Okay, we're only gonna ult just the Seraphine, but it could do good. It's really the Urgot that we got to worry about. Urgot is dead. Urgot gets executed by the Elder, and there goes Sapphire. I forgot about Sapphire. Finally getting involved here. Going to go in with the flash and grab 2 of the Knights. Looking to end, looking to take game 1 in convincing fashion. Put themselves up 1-0 here in this best of 5. So the Knights going to take this turret, going to grab the second one, going to end the first game. So the Knights take game 1, going to be up 1-0. We'll be back on the Twitch with game 2 here in about 6-7 minutes. Make sure you tune in. We'll see ya in the next game.